All right, hello wine-drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday, and our good friend Jay Wolmer's back. That's right, like a bad penny, keeps coming back. And this time for the Florida Wine Company. Used to be our rep for Steakhole years ago, and I thought he just didn't like us. But I guess, well, he's back. We're happy to have you back, Jay, and especially with wines like this. Neal Rosenthal moving his portfolio to a smaller, more boutique house, and it's good to see Anthony pick up some great wines. And let me tell you, these wines, very distinctive. We're going to do this review in two parts because we got French, we got Italian. There's 15 wines, and they are all excellent. Some killer. Some from areas I've never had wines from in the Piedmont. And you know how excited I am about Piedmont wines. So we're going to start out with the French stuff. 2002 Chablis from Daniel Etienne. This is a premier cru that I'm not really familiar with, Cote de Lechet. It's supposedly on a hill right next to Vaillon. And this winery holds back its wine. Well, they hold it back because Neal says, look, I will purchase it for you from you 3 years from now or however many years. So you get mature wines that are ready to drink at the peak of drinkability. 2002, a great vintage in Chablis. Let me tell you, this wine shows a little bit of evolution, some of that seashell-like minerality, lemon zest, marzipan on the nose, lovely candied fruit, but still quite fresh here. And even on the second day, this wine was just delicious. Lovely freshness on the palate, nice development there, nice maturity, tongue-tingly minerality still showing through the finish. This wine is drinking at its peak, but it should last another decade. Classic textbook Chablis, excellent juice. The Domaine Jean-Marc Morey, Chassagne, Montrachet, Les Chaumees. This wine's got a lovely, rich and forward bouquet of tropical fruit, apples, pears, lovely flinty notes here too. Really nice complexity on the nose, some creme caramel. 2009 for whites, producing wines that are very forward, very drinkable. You don't need to age these wines really long. Lovely richness on the palate, layers of ripe fruit, some light oak spice, a firm hand of acidity, and really nice minerality. And this wine's really lovely, got lovely balance, and very drinkable right now. Excellent juice, premier cru from the 2009 vintage. Hubert Lignier, Nuit Saint George. This is a Hospice de Nuit wine, meaning it's in a vineyard that's owned by the Hospice and it's managed by Lignier. And this wine could have been one of the best wines of all the French wines, definitely, that we have in the bunch here. A good amount of spice and pretty earth notes, truffle, raspberry, dark cherry fruit, light smoke, lovely floral notes, just continuing to evolve and develop as this wine opens up. Lovely richness on the palate, black raspberry, pretty floral notes, an array of spices, smoky, truffle, really silky, smooth texture here, but firm acidity holding things in place. I'd like to taste this wine in 10 years. Most excellent juice. All right, and then a little property from Saint Emilion, a Grand Cru Chateau Belregard, Figeac, made from a few different vineyard sites, and it's a blend of 60% Merlot, 35% Cab Franc, and 5% Cabernet Sauvignon, a cooler vintage from Bordeaux. These 2008 showing a lovely zest to them. This one having a cigar box spice, fresh earth, kind of green pepper notes to the red plum and cherry fruit. Really smooth and balanced on the tongue, the nice amount of fruit, but like I said, really zesty. These 2008 showing the traits of a cooler vintage in Bordeaux. Really lovely freshness, that fresh plowed earth note. Classic Saint Emilion. Excellent juice at $42. The Yves Cuilleron Saint Joseph. This wine had a really pretty bouquet here, only 12.5% alcohol. So they get a lot of concentration in a wine with not much alcohol here. Lovely black pepper spice to the dark plum and cherry fruit. Really lovely floral notes here. Sauvage animal characteristics. Really exotic bouquet here in this wine. It's packed with a lot of punch, like I said, for only 12.5% alcohol. On the palate, also zesty blackberry fruit and that nuance of floral perfume and peppery spice lasting through the finish. Wonderful balance. Excellent juice. And then a little Gigondas moving to the Rhone Valley, the southern Rhone here, the Cuvee tradition from Domaine de Gour to Chaule. This wine's got a lot of that fresh berry pie-like fruit you get from the southern Rhone, some fresh floral notes and that garrigue quality that you get, flowers and herbs, and a little red licorice spice. A hint of barnyard showing up on the second day. This wine getting funky after open for a day, but really lovely richness on the palate, smooth and round tannins, plump ripe berry fruit here, and a nice touch of that floral and spice notes, drinking really nicely on the second day. Lovely balance and freshness here. Excellent juice. The Domaine Monpertuis, Chateauneuf de Pape, the Secret de Gabriel. They make 3 cuvées here. This is from the older vines. This cuvée used to be called Tradition, but they think that term is a little bit overused, so they decided to come up with another term. It's a blend of predominantly Grenache, and it's got a bit of all the other varietals in there as seasoning. And this wine's got some evolution here, 2006. Not a great vintage, but this is a great producer, very traditional, so you get a lot of that underbrush, the dried floral notes, black licorice spice coming out on the second day, and a little bit light in the fruit category, but still balanced, still lovely evolution here, very smooth and drinkable, and a lot of that classic textbook herb and floral notes showing on the second day, as well as some dried meat character showing up, though. Excellent juice if you like a more old-world style Chateauneuf de Pape. And then on to the Italians with the next review. That's what we had to drink on the French side of the Neal Rosenthal tasting. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.